Hey there everyone, Hitesh here from LearnCodeOnline.in. If you haven't visited my website, go ahead, visit there. There are plethora of video content there. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the JavaScript content again. Now this video is your last video in your basic stuff. After that, we will be moving on to a little bit more advanced stuff. Now it's not going to be like too much of the advanced. We will always be proceeding gradually, step-by-step process so that you don't even feel any pain. So this is your like level 0 running out, and this is your last video in level 0. Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk about is pretty important and you should pay really good attention here. It is going to build up your base foundation about using your numbers and your all the things like that. So I think we should create a new file for that, and I'm going to call this as simply null and bool .js. Okay, so there we go, and let's just have it. So now we want to talk about this guy. So first of all, let me close all of that. So there we go. Okay, so first and foremost, there is an important subject here, which is known as null values. Okay, and I'm going to give you a perfect example so that you never, ever forget about these null values. Okay, so let's just say I'm preparing a temperature app again, and this app is for maybe just Android or JavaScript or whatever you're using for that. And I'm going to be calling it as temp for temperature. I know some people call it as for temporary variable as well, but regardless of that, let's just declare my temperature is having a value of 0. Okay, 0 degrees Celsius, pretty freezing. And now I just want to have a print of it. So I'm going to simply say console.log, and I'm going to be simply saying something like this, current temperature is, and then I'm going to be concatenating it with temp. Okay, there we go. So what do we expect to run from this file? It should not be a really surprising one. We know what is going to be the outcome of it. So we're going to be saying simply node, and we'll be saying null bool.js. And there we go. Took a little bit while, but it says temperature is 0. Okay, that is great. Let's just assume that this temp is coming from a website API. Okay, it is coming from a website API, regardless of whether you understand API or not. Just assume it's coming up from a website and gives you a temperature of 0. So it becomes a 0 temperature. But what happens when you don't get any value from that website? Yes, that's completely possible. And you have initialized your temperature with 0, and maybe here you have done some calculation, and then finally you have said, you know what, temperature is now equal to probably 2 degrees. And you know what is going to happen now. It's going to show us the temperature is now 2 degrees. That's okay, that's fine. But let's just assume this doesn't happen and you're getting a value here 0. That's completely okay because 0 is a valid temperature. What happens when you don't get any value? Let's just say this temperature is completely empty. Now what is going to happen in that particular case is you will have no value at all, and it is going to give you an undefined value here. Now undefined and null, almost kind of a same concept, but a little bit different, but just get the feel here that 0 and undefined or null are completely different concept. When I say temperature is 0 and when I say temperature is undefined, means I don't know what the temperature is, are two completely different temperature. You cannot replace undefined and null with 0. That is completely a wrong concept. And always remember this example here for temperature, because temperature really makes sense here, because 0 is a valid temperature, and when you don't get any temperature, it's undefined. That is completely a different situation. Okay, so always keep in mind that your null and undefined are completely different from 0. Okay, so that is like pretty easy concept. Now let me also walk you through with one more concept, because based on this we will be able to write conditional programming. Conditional programming is a smart programming on which you decide which code to execute based on some events. Okay, so what are these events? So for example, let's just say you are building something like a grade system for a school. And you have seen this example quite a lot in various other programming languages as well. Like for example, if the score is like 10, it's like great job. And if it is something like 5, and it says something like work harder, something like that. And if somebody has got like 2, it can be poor. And if it is something like 0, that is going to be fail. So this all thing is possible based on conditional programming. And in order to learn conditional programming, we need to learn something known as Boolean operations. So what are these Boolean operations? Now, Booleans are really, really simple to learn. They are just two. It just says true or false. So it can be either true or it can be simply false here. Okay, so let's just assume how we can do that. Now, let me just show you what it means by that. Now, let's just say you are doing a comparison here and you are having a grade here. Oops. There we go. So grade, and let's just declare that as let. And there we go. So we do have our grade here now. That is totally fine. And we want to set this grade is something like a Boolean value. So we have to mention that it can be a true or a false value. So there we go. And notice we do have a true value here in the grade. First and foremost, let's just print that here, console.log, and we're going to be saying grade. Okay, there we go. Just bear with me for a moment. You will understand everything about it. And let's just run that again, and we are getting a true here. So this Boolean items can only have two values. Either it can be true or it can be false. And if I have to write precisely, it can be something like true and the lowercase false. Okay. Now, how does this true and false can be helpful? Now, it is helpful when you're comparing your actual score to this grade values or something like that. Okay. Now, we will work on this example later on. Let's just say right now you have a let actual score, or maybe actual marks, are something like 7. And you want to compare it with something like that. So you will be writing something like let my grade is going to be equal to, now this grade and what is you're going to be storing in that value is going to be totally dependent on how you want to store this. Now, let me just give you a simple example. Let's just say your actual marks is here and you want to say a true or false based on the result, like is my marks less than 10 or not. Okay, so this is going to give you either a true value or a false value. Okay, so this is it. Now let's just save this code and run that and figure it out whether that's a true statement or not. And I forgot to mention that it's not grade anymore, it's my grade. Paste that. Problems are always going to be there in programs. You need to learn how you can solve them. So there we go, true. And we ask that, hey, my actual marks is less than 10. So it says, yeah, it's true. And that means you have to run something like this code, work harder, because it's less than 10. So this is all we are going to be learning later on in the if and else block. But just to give you a brief example here, we do have other, like this is less than, we do have greater than, we do have less than or equal to. That there are two cases that you're checking here. Maybe your marks were something like 10. So it can be 10, maybe less than 10, or maybe equal to then. I know it's a little bit confusing, but don't worry, you'll get that. So we do have less than, we do have something greater than, we do have equal sign. Now this is the most confusing one. Now in programming, we use one equal to assign right hand side values into the left hand side. But when you use two equal sign, that sounds a little bit odd for new beginners. But yeah, this is how programmers do this stuff. When you want to check comparison, if this is equal to this, then we use two equal sign. And there is even the three equal sign, which probably we'll explore later on. Right now, I know even the two signs are too much for you. Okay. So this is basically your operations about Booleans and everything. Don't worry too much about these equal signs and all of that. Later on, when we will be moving on if and else, conditional programming, we will be exploring that later on. Okay. Right now, onto a quick summary. Your 0 is not equal to your null or undefined. That's probably the most important concept here. And then we have Boolean data type, a special variable that can hold only two values, either can true or can be false. And you can compare it with the various other numbers or string or anything at all. And you can simply say, hey, is it less than 10, maybe less than 200, maybe it's less the score than highest score, and all these things. So you'll be doing comparison a lot, and we'll be looking forward for a variety of such examples as well. So that's pretty much it for this video. And congratulations, your basics of JavaScript is done. Now we can move forward for the level 1 and can write some great programs and code in JavaScript. And I'm going to surely catch you up in the next one.